Coming up today on That LTD Life, we're looking at video to blog. It's going to do exactly what it's titled. We'll be able to take a video and then convert it into a full-length blog post. I actually do this all the time using Claude, so I'm very interested to find out how the quality stacks up, basically whether or not I can replace my Claude workflow using this tool. It's currently available for just $49 for their base level plan over on AppSumo. I'm going to be trying it out from beginning to end, giving you my honest feedback each step of the way. My name is Dave, by the way. I'm from clientamp.com, and the best way you can support this content is by clicking on my AppSumo link down below in the description. If you enjoy this video, if you find it helpful at all, these videos are not sponsored, so clicking over that link helps me to create new videos every single day of the week. All right, so let's hit the plans and pricing, and then we'll get right into the tool. Not a lot to talk about here for plans and pricing. You get a certain number of blog posts to video per month, and you choose the right number and for whatever you need, and you're good to go. You can see we've got 5 plans. The top plan is 200. The tier 4 is 100. So going from 4 to 5 is doubling the price. It's also doubling how many blog posts you get. If you do the math across the tiers, this is one of the most fair and balanced deals I've ever seen on AppSumo in terms of there's no little hidden bonuses or perks for buying any specific tier. You're always paying about the same amount per blog post per month. So remember, this is a one-time fee, but yeah, get as many posts as you're going to need in any given month and you'll be good to go. Let's head over to the tool. Well, I actually have to buy my code first. Let me do that. Now, worth noting, I've got AppSumo Plus, so that extends the buyer protection program from 6 months to 12 and also gives me 100% credit if this tool were to fail within the first 12 months. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out. All right, here's the onboarding sequence. If you wanna skip this, there are chapter markers down below. Feel free to skip ahead to what is most important to you. All right, so I'm gonna sign up with email here. We do have a standard kind of email and password setup, which is my preferred login setup. If you're curious, I am currently using Apple passwords for my personal passwords, and then I use Bitwarden for my business passwords. All right, so we get a little welcome sequence here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. And now I'm simply left to create a blog. The user interface is very sparse. We've got this little icon over here. If we click that, it gives us some labels. We've got a dashboard, we've got settings, and then create a blog. You can see I have 10 remaining. So let's go under settings first, see if there's anything here I want to configure. I've got integrations for WordPress, Medium, Blogger, and Ghost. Good to see those integrations. So I assume I'll be able to publish directly to one of those sites. Actually, I have both a WordPress and a Ghost site I could test out. We've got a language setting up here. I'm gonna leave this set to auto. I find that that generally works well on most of these types of tools. And then I've also got the option to add a custom footer. So if I wanna have the same footer on every single blog post, I can click add here. We get our first glimpse of their text editor, kind of just a basic WYSIWYG editor here where you can type out whatever you want to appear in the footer. Just to see where this actually lands inside of a blog post, I'm gonna throw in a little affiliate disclaimer here. This is a normal FTC disclosure message that you're supposed to put up every single time you use an affiliate link online. All right, we'll come back and check out these integrations, but let's go ahead and create a blog post. So I'm gonna open up my menu here so I can see which one to choose. This one with the plus button. And now I simply just drop in a YouTube link or upload a file. Note that it doesn't work with any other video services. You'll have to use YouTube or upload directly. Now the AppSumo page itself doesn't mention any length restrictions, but if you go to the video to blog website, they do have a 3-hour limit on all of their plans and also up to 2,500 words per blog post, which actually is pretty long, but not really long. Like for example, this is my Claude project that I use to generate show notes for each video. It's already created some social media posts for me. I'm just gonna tell it to go to the next step. And now Claude is writing a full-length show notes based on the chapter markers inside of my video. I'm gonna see how many words this is. I didn't specify a length here. It says it's aiming between 2,000 and 6,000 words. So we will see how long it is, and then I'm gonna jump over and actually try out video to blog. So this is the existing workflow. I've got a nice project set up. It does a lot of things right in a row for me. Will it be worth it to switch over to a lifetime deal to replace this part? You can see I'm getting an error up here. That's interesting. I don't always see those. Find out if it affects the output quality at all. Now with Claude, I obviously can't publish directly to WordPress. There is some manual intervention here. I've got to copy this over and put it inside of the WordPress editor. However, that's not such a big deal. It's simply copying and pasting. All right, so my blog post is done. I just want to get a word count here. I'm going to copy this and I've got wordcounter.net up. I've pasted in the blog post and I've got almost 1,500 words. So definitely well within the range of what video to blog should be capable of doing. I think the quality here is pretty good. We'll compare them. I'll use the exact same video to find out how video to blog can do. Okay, so back over to video to blog. I've got my YouTube link. I'm gonna paste it in here, and without clicking anything, it goes ahead and pulls in the thumbnail. And now I can do things like add in visuals, add in links, and also add in a CTA. So I clicked everything here. When I clicked add a call to action, it took me into this page here where I can kind of design the call to action. So the title will be Get Super OK on AppSumo. The description is Act Now before the LTD expires. And the button text is Buy Super OK LTD. Now, right out of the gates, I don't love how close the description is to the button. Everything looks a little unbalanced to me, but that's how it is. So let's move forward. It looks like I can add an image here. I'm gonna try that just to see what happens. I've got a Super OK thumbnail from my video recently published. Oh, that looks pretty good. It shows up side by side. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, there are some positioning options here. This is for the button. So let me see what if I do middle, beginning, nothing's changing in the preview. Perhaps these options don't work once I've added the image. I'm not really sure. I can change the text color, the button color, and the button text color, but for now, I'm gonna leave everything as is and add my call to action in. Okay, so backing up here, let's go back to the top. Out of all of the options I chose, add visuals. This allows us to embed the video. We can also use a stock image or video thumbnail. I definitely want to embed the video. I think that looks really nice. We have the video up at the top and then all the content down below. I can add screenshots, and it says you can specify the number of images in the custom instructions. All right, that's cool. I don't want to use any stock images. That almost never looks good for my style of content. Now, I also turned on add links. And by default, this is going to include links from the description. I've got quite a few links in my description, but I could also add specific links here if I wanted to. So I'm just gonna add the Super OK link, even though it's already in the description. And I've just called this Super OK LTD on AppSumo. I'll hit add link. Now there are some more options down here. Let's click on this and find out what there is. Okay, it says tip, use custom instructions to customize tone, point of view, and more. But then I've got quite a few things I can mess with here. We've got length. Well, I want to beef this thing up. I want to make it long. Language, auto is good. Writing style, auto, point of view, auto. I can add a table of contents and an FAQ. I can use the chapters as outline. That is great. And use emojis, I'm going to turn off. It seems like if you turn on emojis or you ask an LLM to use emojis, they just do way, way too much. So I'm definitely going to leave that off. But it looks like you can also set a time range here. That's a really cool idea. So if you had chapter markers and you want a blog post maybe about just one chapter, you could do that and then generate multiple blog posts from a single video. That's a great idea. All right, now I've not seen the output yet, but I'm really liking everything they've done so far. I've tried a lot of tools like this in the past and really wanted them to be good, but nothing has been yet. I've also never seen anything as feature-rich as this. So my expectations are quite high right now. I'm actually very hopeful that this turns out to be an amazing tool. Only one way to find out, right? I'm gonna go ahead and check out these custom instructions before I create the blog. I'm gonna say add at least one screenshot per, I'm trying to decide, should I say per chapter or per heading, but I'll just say per chapter. I've also added in the custom instructions to make the blog post similar to show notes for a podcast. That's actually what I want. I don't want someone kind of reimagining my review and writing in the third person saying things like, the reviewer says this, and it's more of like a critique on the review. I want it to be more helpful, more just show notes. Okay, so let's create this blog. Hit the button and off we go. Now, this does take a few seconds over on Claude. I'd say maybe 35 to 45 seconds. And it says this is going to take a minute. Now, granted, when I do this on Claude, I'm providing the transcription. It's doing the transcription all on its own. So it's going to take a little bit longer over here on video to blog. Generating blog, it's going pretty fast. I got to admit that. Like, keep in mind, this is the video that it's transcribing and summarizing. It's 32 minutes. It's not a little, 90-second video. It's a full length, not a 2-hour, Andrew Huberman podcast. They actually use that in the AppSumo sales page. So not an extravagant length of time, but it's certainly not a YouTube short or anything like that. So the fact that it transcribed it so quickly is pretty impressive. All right, it is 76% done doing the entire blog post here. I can see the title. It says Super OK Review, the ultimate client portal for tech entrepreneurs, which is the title of the video. We've got a table of contents here, not looking great. The first headline is also the same thing as the title. Whoops, I got a little message here. It says you'll be able to edit the blog once it's done generating. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Now, interestingly, it got up to 78% before going back down to 74%. I've said quite a few times on this channel that computers are terrible at estimating how much work is left. That's just really not how software is engineered. But I've never actually seen it go backwards. That's a new one for me. Looks like it's at the adding screenshots phase here. I am hoping that those screenshots look somewhat decent. I'm not sure how it's going to detect when it's a good frame to embed. I'm also hoping that they go through and maybe just tweak some of these section titles. Like it just keeps putting the title of the article. Oops, I'm sorry again, I interrupted you. So screenshots, obviously not something Claude can do at all, or any LLM as far as I'm concerned. I don't think they can anyway. So really cool if this turns out good. I'll be very impressed by that. All right, it does seem like we have kind of stalled out at the 74 mark. Granted, it's adding a lot of screenshots, so that might take some time. But the fact that it hasn't budged in several minutes right now is maybe a little bit concerning. I wonder what happens if I click away. Like if I go over to the dashboard, does this keep rendering? It doesn't let me know that, but well, I'm gonna click and find out. I was able to click away. It says it's a 7-minute read, 1,862 words, so longer than Claude, but is it still crunching those numbers? Going back in, it is. All right, that's good. Didn't break anything there by continuing to work. So I imagine I can create another blog post. It could be working on multiple posts at the same time. That would definitely streamline things. Now, if there's only a way it could create a blog post for this video while I was recording it. I'm curious if that footer is going to be shown anywhere in this editor. If I scroll down to the bottom, I just get this loading wheel. I don't see the footer at all yet. Uh-oh, we have a little message here. It says, screenshots failed to add, and then a sad emoji. We're sorry, but we had trouble adding screenshots to your blog. This happens from time to time due to YouTube blocking our ability to download the video. Here's what you can do. Try regenerating the blog again. This often works. Will that take my credit? Download the video yourself and then upload it instead of using a YouTube link. This will work every time. Manually add the screenshots yourself with our screenshot tool. Type // in the editor and choose the screenshot option. All right, well, that's definitely a bummer. I will try to do this again by uploading the video. I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem if they take one of my 10 credits. Like, that's kind of a bummer. But let's try all of these things. Let's upload the video. We'll do it again. We'll upload the video directly. And then I also want to try out the manual screenshot tool because that's really cool. And notice my call to action shows up here. I've got the embedded video. Table of contents sucks, quite frankly. That's not a table of contents. It's got the same, it's going to be the same heading that we see 1, 2, and 3 times. So not a good job there. However, the rest of the article looks pretty good. I favor Claude, but we have some custom prompting and stuff over there that we've worked on to get looking right. No mention of the footer text, so I might want to check this out. Like, I'd like to see what it looks like if I export it. Let's try that. My other exporting options, by the way, HTML, text, Word doc, PDF, and then I can, of course, integrate with those platforms we mentioned before, and then share on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp. So after I figure out everything in terms of the editor, all of the other features, we'll go back and look at some exporting options. That's going to be the really exciting ending to this video. Let's continue on with the tool. However, I'm going to click the triple dots. You can see there's a bunch of different options up here. We've got a content analyzer, SEO metadata, revision history, promotions, transcript, AI content detector, and more. More options. It says highlight text or type / anywhere in the blog to see more options like adding custom AI images, the AI writer, add local images, manual screenshots, and much more. Okay, so let's just start off with the editor. I think that makes the most sense. So let's say I were right here and I wanted to add in, another message. I'll make a new line. I'll type backslash, and now I've got some options for adding in some little cards here. So I can do their AI writer, an AI image, add a regular image, use a screenshot. That's actually what I want to check out. Stock images. Let's do that first here. Search for a stock image. Let's go clients, see where it's pulling from. No mention of what library this is, but I could definitely grab a stock image of some clients here. How about this one? Oh, it added it at the top. And I can see here that it is using Unsplash. I wonder why it put it in at the top rather than where I was. Let's try that again. I'll just type stock image. This time I'm going to search for the word portal. There's no good stock images of portals, but I'll choose this aquarium instead and hit insert. And yeah, now it's always going up at the top. That is definitely frustrating. I like the editor though. This feels like the Ghost editor. I bet it probably is some iteration of whatever. It's an open source tool. I don't know the name of it. Ghost themselves did not develop it. All right, but the other cards, fairly self-explanatory. We've got headings, lists, tables, table of contents, which is what we see down here, and then an FAQ. The FAQ looks like this. Let's pull it open, maybe. Oh, look, it generated an FAQ. I think that's what happened there. I did. That's kind of crazy. All right, so it just used AI. I thought I was gonna get like a card where I could add my own FAQ in, but instead we've just got headings and text. All right, I'm gonna remove this. Is there an undo? Does Command Z work? No, it doesn't. So I'll undo my FAQ. All right, let's try to add in a screenshot here. I'll type /screenshot. And it says fetching video. This can take just a minute. And that says something went wrong. All right, so that's probably because YouTube is blocking them. All right, let's check out the AI images. So I'll go up to AI image here. I'll describe the image. Notice I have 8 image credits right now. So I'll go ahead and generate my image. And hopefully this just takes 1 credit. There's no mention of any sort of image credits on the AppSumo deal page. So I'm not sure how many you get at the other plans. That would be helpful to know. Here is the AI image that came out pretty good. I gotta say, I've definitely have seen worse. So I will insert this. I don't mind it. I mean, it looks AI, but I still don't mind it. I think everyone's getting used to seeing that style of artwork. If I try to do a new image, I still have 8 credits. So it's not taking any of my credits to generate images, it seems. All right, I'm gonna check out the AI writer. And what I want it to do is write a compelling CTA to get the tool. See what it does here. I hope it gets the context of the rest of the article. All right, so here is the result. It's not great. It doesn't mention client portal, AppSumo, lifetime deal, or anything really relevant. So I can either regenerate this for 0.1 credits or insert it. Maybe it was saying it would take 8 credits to generate the image. And how many credits do I have? I need to get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna go to the gear icon under AppSumo plan details. I'll click there. No mention of that. Here are just their regular monthly plans, and it doesn't say anything about a limit on AI credits here, just the number of blog posts we generate. So I'm gonna have to assume that, there's no real clear credit system set up. We find this a lot with these types of AI tools, and not even just lifetime deals. It's the fact that the founder or the developer has not really figured out how they want to charge for this thing or what is worthwhile to customers. And so they just throw out these kind of random credit numbers without any way to keep track of what you're using or what you've got left. That's definitely frustrating as a user. Oh, here's credit-based pricing. What does that mean? So I can get 125 credits per month. A blog is going to be 1 to 15 credits. All right, so we definitely need some clarity here on how many credits we're getting. If a blog is 1 to 15 credits, I generate a couple images. Does that take away an entire blog post? I don't think that is fair. At least it should be very, very clearly disclosed. Again, I'm speculating on all of this, but there's another thing I should point out. You do get unlimited regeneration. So I'm gonna try to regenerate my original article by uploading my video, and hopefully that allows me to do those screenshots automatically. So I'm just using PullTube right now to download my own video. I know that seems silly, but it's actually the fastest way to get a nice and small file that I can upload to this service. So I'm just gonna download the video. It'll only take a second here. PullTube, by the way, is on Setapp. I definitely recommend checking out that subscription service if you are a Mac user and you like to add new little productivity apps to your workflow frequently. I use Setapp all the time. I've got a dedicated video on it. You can check that out. I'll link it in the description. All right, so with my video downloaded, I'm gonna hit the regenerate button, and I wonder if I can change the video here. No, this is stuck. All right, so it's going to cost me a brand new credit, but that's all right. We will go ahead and create a new blog post here. In fact, I do want to see how many, it still says I have 9 blogs, so that's good. It didn't take away anything for the image I generated. I'll upload a file this time. All right, so this time I'm going to add visuals and I will do add screenshot. I'm also adding links because I'm not pulling in from YouTube. It can't get any links from the description. I had to add my own link here. Now, worth noting, I did not see any links on the video that was generated from the YouTube video. We should go back and double check that, but I didn't see any anywhere. So that is definitely concerning. I would give it the same custom instructions that I did for the previous blog post, which was to add a screenshot for every chapter, but I don't have chapter markers here because it's a uploaded video and that's kind of problematic, isn't it? Instead, what I will do is paste in the chapter markers and tell it to create a screenshot at each one of the chapter markers. Now, I want to be clear, I'm asking a lot here. There are quite a few chapter markers. I don't expect this to be perfect, but hopefully at the end of the generation, I actually have some screenshots from the video. I'm going to skip the CTA this time. We can still check out the more options. I'll change this over to be long. We will do a table of contents and FAQ, although apparently I could just add that inside of the editor later with just a single slash command. I'll turn on the chapters as outline option since I am providing chapters. And what the heck, this time we will let it use emojis. All right, let's let this thing go. Create blog. It says uploading file, uploading very quickly. It's already done. Transcribing, this can take a minute. So while this is transcribing, let's go back to the original upload and let's find out if it included links, and we'll look at some of those other SEO-based features. So I'm gonna go back over to my dashboard here, and I've got my super okay review. I'm gonna click on that, and just scrolling through here, I don't see any hint of a link. I mean, obviously there's the call to action up here that I added in the initial setup, but there's no other links. Remember, it was supposed to grab all of the links from the description, of which there were plenty, things like my Facebook group, clientamp.com, as well as just a general link over to AppSumo. I also mentioned last call in this video. There should be a link to that. Now, of course, I can add links to the text. I would just simply select the text that I want to add a link to. I get this editor right here. I can click on the link option and create whatever link I need. But that's not what I'm looking for. I wanted it to do that for me. And if you're wondering, yes, Claude does do links for me automatically. I'll copy the blog post. And then over on my WordPress website, I'll simply paste in the output from Claude. And you will see here that I'm going to have some links included throughout. Maybe? Well, it looks like Claude screwed this one up. But the good news is I can just go back over there and say, add in some call to actions with the affiliate link. Oh, actually, I didn't even get that far yet. And I did notice there is one link in here at the very end of the article. So I'm just going to tell it to add more links. Okay, so Claude is churning away on that other blog post. Let's look at the super okay SEO features. Clicking the triple dots up here, I've got the content analyzer. Remember, this is the video that it pulled in from YouTube. It says that the blog post score is 91%. I thought it was going to be 100% there. Let's see what needs to be improved. Readability is +10. AI content detector is +10. Words, long paragraphs, long sections, long sentences, all of these are +10. It doesn't really tell me anything that needs to be improved. Honestly, this is probably good. Usually when you get anything into the green, you're sitting in a pretty good place. All right, let's click over to the metadata. All right, so clicking over to the metadata, it looks like my meta title and meta description is +10. The slug is +2, although I disagree. I think that's a pretty sloppy looking slug. Let's see if I can improve it. Let's save. Is it going to reanalyze this? All right, so no clear way to get it to reanalyze it. I think if I hit regenerate, it's going to create a new slug. But there was no reason for that slug to be like 50 characters. That was insane. Tags over here look fairly good. Nothing too mind-blowing there. All right, so really cool that blog to video can create all of this metadata for you. I can do that in Claude, but I have to prompt it for each specific thing. Typically, I use the same meta title as the title of the article, and I do have it create a meta description or post excerpt for me, and then I create the slug myself. I don't really deal with tags right now, although I probably should. Promotion is important. I wonder if this is going to create some social media campaign for me. Let's see what this says. Instagram post, Facebook post, Twitter post, LinkedIn post. This is crazy. It's almost doing exactly what I do inside of my Claude project, but just a little bit more thoroughly. Very impressive. I like this. This all looks very good. Of course, it's linking over to the video to blog link. I probably would want to replace that with the actual YouTube video or the blog post on the WordPress website. So that's the content analyzer. Let's check out the SEO meta. I think that's just going to be, it's just linking me into that section. We can see our revision history, our promotion. All right, so nothing really new here to check out. These are all the same features we just went through inside of the content analyzer. These are just shortcuts to get there. Content detector, it was 100%, right? Or 10 plus 10, written by a human. All right, so remember, we've got a couple of wheels spinning in the background here. We've got our other article that is being generated. I'm gonna click in here and see how it's doing. It says save, that must mean it's done. I've got my embedded video. The table of contents, way better this time. That is great to see. In fact, whoa, it is super elaborate. We've got emojis, like I told you, every single headline has emojis. Some nice screenshots here. Very impressive. All right, this is cool. I'm all about this. This might replace my workflow. I might be in for a higher tier plan. Yeah, just scrolling through this, very, very impressive. Now, what about links? Do we have call to actions or the inclusion of my affiliate link anywhere here? I do not think so. So I would definitely go through and just embed extra call to actions. Just like you can add in an FAQ and a table of contents, I would love to have the option to just duplicate that CTA that we made like in the other video, like this one over here. I would love to be able to just, copy that somehow and get it to show up other spots in the article. Because if you've got a very long video or a very long article, you'll probably want that to show up multiple places. Oh, look, that did actually work. All right. So what I did was just right click and choose copy, and I can manually place that wherever I need. All right. The wheels are spinning. I haven't shown it so far, but of course you can see the transcript that it created for you. This is nice because now you don't need to actually generate the transcript on your own if you're used to doing this the way I was doing it. Now, what you still need is probably, if you wanted to upload this, like to go on your player or something like that, let's say you're using Bunny and you want to have the actual transcript, well, you can't download this anywhere. So I'd love to get like some SRT or VTT files, preferably both, so that I could just download the transcript. That would be very helpful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and check out the export to WordPress feature. I'm gonna just stick with WordPress for this video because it's getting to be quite long. And if anyone wants to see me upload to Ghost, I can always upload a short little clip on doing that later on. So let's choose WordPress.org. And it says this requires the WordPress integration. Click here to do that. I will do that, connect up to WordPress. I'll enter my site address here, as well as a username and application password. Now, what the heck is an application password? Let me show you. When you're logged into your WordPress website, you'll go over to your user profiles here, find your admin account, and then scroll down until you see application passwords. You can give a application a new password here. I'll call this blog to video, hit add new application password, and there you go. I've got my password. I'll just copy it, go back to my integrations, connect it up, and there you go. Your WordPress website is now connected. Let's try the export process. I gotta say I'm leery about actually doing this. I'll probably just copy and paste everything in manually, but let's see how it works. With all the images, it would be nice if this just worked amazingly well. So here I am inside of the review that was generated with the uploaded video. I will go ahead and export to WordPress.org. I'll give it a slug. Super okay is all right with me. It says create as draft. That is ideal. If you uncheck that, I imagine it publishes the article. And it says publishing to WordPress, although it's really just exporting to WordPress, not publishing. Now, I've got a lot of security on my WordPress website. This is not working right away. I wonder if I need to disable something security-wise in order to get it to work, because this should not take that long, I don't think. All right, there we go. It worked. No security changes necessary. I can click to view the article. Let's do that. And there it is. It actually has the video embedded here. I don't know where this is playing from. I hope it didn't upload the whole video to my website. All right, here we go. We've got the entire article. Now we have a table of contents feature that generates a table of contents. So you're seeing it here twice, but otherwise everything looks pretty good. I've got my screenshots. I'm happy as a clam. I would just go through and add those CTAs and basically be done with it. Let's edit the post though. I do want to find out where that video is coming from. They probably uploaded the entire video to my website. In terms of what the article looks like, unfortunately, they don't use blocks. They use the classic editor. So it's basically, you have to hit this convert button to change really anything, but once you do that, you're good to go. Okay, so the video thing is a little bit of a mystery to me. I don't know what it is doing. It doesn't actually play the video, I will add. It is just a blank player that has no time code or anything. So you definitely would want to delete this. To round out this video, I do need to be fair and show you what Claude did after I asked it to add in some more CTAs. Unfortunately, it output everything inside. I like everything to be in artifacts. And this time it just added the CTAs over here. It's not perfect. This is not what I wanted. It does add some buttons in throughout. I'm gonna just try one more prompt, tell it to not do any custom coding. I'll put everything into an artifact and we'll try this one last time. All right, so my prompt exactly here is, please output everything to an artifact. You don't need to add buttons, just write a one-line CTA to buy the LTD a few times throughout the article and to make sure there is a link. All right, let's try this. All right, so as it's outputting, I can see there is a link right here. And if I hover over, my mouse changes to indicate that yes, it is a link. So there's at least one. Here is another one. Now, obviously I could go in here and add buttons. I can even change the custom instructions to add a button itself. I wouldn't need to do that manually. I could have it custom code those. That wouldn't be a problem. Now, I do feel like I'm getting a lot more text per section than I was in blog to video, but I had the beautiful images inside. Well, not beautiful, but the nice screenshots. That's not that I'm beautiful, but the fact that it was able to capture screenshots and put them in, I thought that was a beautiful result. All right, so here's another CTA. I'll grab the contents. I'll zip back over to the original article that Claude made. I'm going to delete everything here. We'll paste in the new one. And you can see there are links throughout just as I wanted. All right, so there you have it. 2 ways to accomplish the very same result, taking a video and transforming it into a blog. With one approach, you need to transcribe the video yourself. You need to have a paid Claude subscription. You need to have some custom prompting. You're gonna have other tools on the back end. And the other approach is a single fee that you can connect up to your WordPress website, click a button, and then basically get the entire thing done with screenshots, call to actions, and you're ready to go. You can hit publish as soon as you just double check it and make sure everything is up to your standards. Very impressed with video to blog. Did not expect to be going into this. So I'm gonna give this one, 7.9. This is as close as you can get to being in the 8s. Just a few things lacking. Like if they nailed the ability to download those videos from YouTube, which I have to think there's a way to do that because I download videos from YouTube all the time. Obviously not the quantity that they do, but I have to think there's some kind of technological way they could use proxies or something to override those systems that are blocking them and get those. Because I think really the marriage of the two systems where you don't have to upload the video, so you can still get all of the links in the description from YouTube and get those screenshots from YouTube. That's going to be the best way to go. But if it's not consistent and it doesn't work, well, then you got to make sure you're downloading the video from YouTube and uploading it, or it's just a lot of extra. Right now, I mean, the results are amazing. It's not a lot of extra work. It's still very impressive, but that's what I'd love to see is just it to work consistently with a YouTube link would be incredible. So very impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Make sure you check out clientamp.com to work with me. I've got a link for video to blog or AppSumo down below. Clicking that supports the channel. My name has been Dave Swift. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.